The red-plumed bird of paradise lives apart from his rather plain wife. Sexism in the bird community. Oh, hi, I'm Stella, and welcome to 30 Books. And you have just caught me reading colourful birds and their young with my little mate here. But we're moving on from that, birds being part of the animal kingdom, because this time around I am talking about animals make us human. This is an anthology of writing all about animals, mainly Australian animals. In fact, I'm pretty confident it is Australian animals. It was developed and put together by Leah Kaminsky and Keaneally, both writers, and it was in response to the catastrophic bushfires, the Australian bushfires, or firestorms of 2019 and 2020. The land needed help, Australia needed help, and who stepped up? Writers and artists. There's also scientists and researchers in this book as well, and there's about 40 writers. Now, when you hear 40 writers have contributed to this book, you would think, well, how big is this book? But what is surprising is that each piece, it's like an almost little snapshot, and some would be under 1,000 words, and I'd say the most would be 1,500. So what is it about? It is each writer's encounter with either one animal or a whole group of animals. So there's a piece in here from Graham Simpson, novelist, and he has a wombat pretty much tearing up his country property. So that's in his encounter, and he has the choice of poisoning the wombat or letting the wombat destroy his home, and I will say the wombat comes out okay. Or there's my favourite piece, Dan Harley, who has been investigating the ecology of the last lowland population of Leadbetter's possum as part of his PhD research. And he begins, in 1994, I started following a small possum into the dark. 25 years later, I am still following. These possums have led me to places few venture, rainforest gullies and the echoes of dinosaurs, the quietness and loneliness of subalpine plateaus. The story of Leadbetter's possum is a story about trees, and if we don't have trees, we don't have Leadbetter's possums. The other contributors to this book are photographers, and the photography is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. Not just cute and fluffy animals in here. Keaneally has written a piece about a grouper. Still pretty cute. There are stories about sharks, there's pelicans, there's black cockatoos, there's blue wrens, there's owls. That's all in the bird section. So the book is divided into three sections. You have earth, air and water. The stories, look, they are really hopeful and beautiful, but you can't help feel within the writing there is a certain sadness. Now, these are writers and photographers who have spent time outside also observing the changing environment and how the world is changing. So it's part love story, and it's also highlighting the importance and how fragile our environment is and how important it is to humans. As the title tells us, animals make us human. They bring out the humanity in us, and we would be nothing without our native flora and fauna. Having said that, there's also a piece there about someone and their love of the domestic dog as well. So that is Animals Make Us Human, edited by Leah Kaminsky and Keaneally. I brought my copy, we're going to talk royalties now, from Farrell's Bookshop for $30. Now, there's about 40 contributors in this book, so how do you divide $30 into 40 people or 50 people? They owe us money. However, or all of the royalties do go to two conservation societies, the Australian Marine Conservation Society and the Australian Wildlife Conservancy. So I bought the book for $30 and I am going to donate another $30 to the Australian Marine Conservation Society, and say a big thank you to writers. If you're looking for something to read while you're maybe going back to work or you've got extended summer holidays, I can highly recommend Animals Make Us Human. It did come out about the middle of 2020 and I've just gotten around to reading it. Now, it's a great book. What do you say, Toucan? He's not in it, so he's a bit upset. And I'll see you next time on 30 Books.